What's going on, guys? Welcome to Everything Always. My name's Michael Roman, aka Allfires. Now, admittedly, myself included, a lot of us wondered why Marvel Studios chose to spoil the Fantastic Four's arrival in the post-credit scene for the Thunderbolts to the 616 after we hadn't yet seen how the Fantastic Four ended. But real recently, Kevin Feige, president of Marvel Studios, was asked point blank about what was going on with that post-credit scene, and his answer might surprise you, because as he goes on to point out, and as many eagle-eye Reddit fans have noticed, they're not exactly the same ships, regardless of the logo on the side that says Fantastic Four. We're going to talk about exactly what Kevin Feige said, what it implies, and what the options are really for who's actually aboard this Fantastic Four ship at the end of the Thunderbolts. But first, if you could grab the subscribe button. Thanks to everyone who's been subscribing lately and helped grow the channel at a breakneck pace. And if you haven't already, I would just kindly invite you to do so. It's the number one thing you can do to support us as content creators, plus it'll enter you for the giveaways. If you want, stick around at the end of the video. We get into all the giveaway stuff again there. Okay, so real recently, someone caught up with Kevin Feige and asked him about the discrepancy that Marvel fans didn't take long to notice about the ships between what we saw during the Fantastic Four trailers and the post-credit scene for the Thunderbolts. And this is what Kevin Feige said point blank. Their ship is the Excelsior, meaning the Fantastic Four, and there is a Fantastic Four ship entering the MCU, but I'm not sure they're the same ship. Okay, so obviously he's creating some ambiguity here, but just quite frankly, they're not the same ship. We see a three-pronged ship during the trailer for the Fantastic Four, and in the post-credit scene for the Thunderbolts, we see a four-pronged ship, again, regardless of the Fantastic Four logo. So the real question is, what is this ship, and more importantly, who's aboard? Now, obviously, it's meant to make us think that this is the Fantastic Four we're seeing in the upcoming film coming over to the 616, but as a lot of fans pointed out, it was a little curious that Marvel Studios chose to reveal this before we see the ending of the Fantastic Four movie coming up. So, if this is truly meant to be the Fantastic Four, why in a different ship? Why create any misdirect at all? Well, there are some options. Obviously, it's possible that Reed Richards and the Future Foundation were building a new version of their spaceship, and in case their first ship got destroyed, which it very well may in the battle with Galactus. And again, this would be the easiest solution here. They didn't just have one ship, they had a backup ship. This is that ship, and now they're coming here interdimensionally. However, what we know about the Fantastic Four and Reed traveling into the black hole, as we discussed in a previous video last week, doesn't imply that Reed Richards is going to be able to solve multiversal travel in the way that this ship just shows up on their monitor interdimensionally as if they meant to be there. So I think we may be seeing a level of technology that maybe the Fantastic Four won't be at in this upcoming film. Now, there are two other explanations for what this ship is and who's aboard it, but I would like to give you a chance to back out if you want to stay away from all the leaks and spoilers. I'm not going to act like they haven't been out there for months, including the post-credit scene on the back of this most recent test screening. So if you somehow avoided all that, you want to go into the unknown not knowing, now's your time to back out, otherwise you've been forewarned. Very obviously, with the test screening last week, we got a reveal for the post-credit scene that it would be Dr. Doom holding an unconscious Reed Richards as Sue Storm entered the room. That would seem to imply that Dr. Doom had taken them by surprise, and with an unconscious Reed Richards as his hostage, it could be possible that Dr. Doom is the one who's aboard that ship. We know he will be on a warpath across the multiverse in search of what I think will be either access to the TVA or a way to get to Loki. This could be just the next stop on Dr. Doom's way, and him posing as the Fantastic Four, well, that wouldn't be as much of a surprise coming from a guy who's also posing as the 616's Tony Stark. Basically using the symbols of superhero teams across the multiverse that will be recognizable in a lot of parts of the multiverse to make people think that he's actually on their side and on the side of good, when we obviously know he has nefarious intentions for power and ultimately destruction of the multiverse. Now, although that's a cool idea and based again on the post-credit scenes that were just revealed, I definitely don't think it's it. I think this is a Fantastic Four ship, but I don't think it's our Fantastic Four ship, meaning the upcoming MCU Fantastic Four next summer. I think point blank, this is the ship from the original Fox Fantastic Four. Look, in one of the very first hype leak set photos from the upcoming Fantastic Four behind the scenes, someone was hidden under a jacket, which a lot of eagle-eye Redditors went a long way in deciphering to possibly be Ian Griffith, the guy who played the original Mr. Fantastic, showing up in a capacity of, say, the Council of Reeds, Warren Pedro Pascal's Reed Richards, and this new Fantastic Four that's in the MCU about what's coming with Dr. Doom. they would presumably need a ship, right? And if we know that they're going from wherever their Fox timeline is, that I presume will be the 10,005, if you missed it, check back to our video from a couple of days ago. It seems like Marvel's just going to basically take all of the continuity from Fox and stick them in one universe for the purpose of storytelling in Avengers Doomsday. I like it. I think it makes a lot of sense. But if they're on their way over to what we'll call the 828 for the MCU Fantastic Four we're about to see, it could be that next up is the 616 to warn our new Avengers and heroes about the coming of Doctor Doom, the same way that they just warned, again, the Reed Richards, that's Pedro Pascal, in this new Fantastic Four, and say the 828. And the fact that it's a different ship could signify that this is a different Fantastic Four team. And look, for what we just got for the casting announcements, and we know they're bringing back so many old Fox X-Men, it would not be a jump at all for them to also bring back the original Fox Fantastic Four. Jessica Alba just posted on her social media over in London, where they are filming on Avengers Doomsday, and there were heavy rumors that Chris Evans was actually going to have a cameo during the Fantastic Four. Now, it's pretty clear from the test screenings and the lack of anybody saying anything that he wasn't in it, but it's possible that that cameo would come as Human Torch, the way we just saw him in Deadpool and Wolverine, basically setting up their Fantastic Four to be a part of the fray, and what I like to refer to here at the channel as expensive cannon fodder. One last shot of getting into an MCU Avengers movie, and then going down in a legendary way, possibly at the hands of Doctor Doom. That's what I think this ship is, a different Fantastic Four, the Fox Fantastic Four, and we'll see with the next couple of rounds of announcements, whenever those will be, seeing as Doomsday is now more than a year off, whether or not we're right. But you guys let me know all your thoughts down below. Do you think it's our Fantastic Four, basically the 828's Fantastic Four's new ship, or a multiverse alternate version from Fox? You guys let me know all your thoughts down below. Quickly, let's get into the giveaway stuff before I let you go. All right, we are still giving away PlayStation 5s at the channel. We're going to continue to do that for every Marvel drop. This month we've got Ironheart. Next month, obviously, we've got the Fantastic Four. We also just did a couple of rounds of Fantastic Four ticket giveaways. We'll do a couple more through the weekend. Apparently, tickets are selling incredibly. If you want to be entered to win for either the tickets, the PS5s, or any of the other giveaways here at the channel, all the same rules will always apply. Hit the subscribe button because you need to be a subscriber, then leave a comment down below, and because it's truly random, the more videos you comment on, the better chance you have of winning. All winners will always be announced at the end of videos, live with my voice in the winning comment shown on screen when there is one, so please be safe and vigilant across YouTube, and if you should ever get spam with someone impersonating a content creator, just report that comment directly to YouTube. They are very swift about banning those accounts. The best way to keep up with the content has always been to hit the notification bell with all notifications turned on, and as always, if you like today's video, I'd appreciate it if you'd hit the like button. My name's Michael Roman. You can find me in a couple of places, Instagram and Twitter at IamFires. You can also find me on all platforms wherever you listen to original music under the name Allfires. And while I would sincerely appreciate you checking my music out, thanks for checking this channel out. Stick around, we'll be posting again real soon.